I have now fitted the back scene on the left hand side of the extension of the layout. This is by ID Backscenes. It's the old Milltown, and it just transforms the layout basically. I've had to cut around this little consumer unit here to fit it in, but it seems to have worked out okay. So I've had to fit around that, but it just makes a huge contrast on the layout. It's a nice little buildings photograph there. It's all photographic. There you see is a backdrop for the cement works I'm working on. Fortunately got a shadow there, but you can't help that. And then it goes into another back scene, and try to match the hills up. I'll have to put something in between to match that landscape there at some stage. There you have it, that's the back scene there. And it just brings that side of the layout a bit more to life. Let's go to the other side. I've used something different to stick the back scene on this time. This is stick and spray. It's what my wife uses. She does some little crafting, makes boxes and things like that. This is from Crafter's Companion. Even though the back scene is self-adhesive, I found with the other side it's starting to bubble already, so I've put this on the back and it's done the trick. So just attach it with this spray glue, quite strong stuff, and it has worked. So my wife another can of this at the moment. I've now attached the road section to the old side of the layout. This is like a resurfaced road which I've got to weather at the moment, and I've cut it off there so it goes like into a hill or an incline at that side. It's worked quite well merging into the back scene there. Just to make that out, so I've made it look as if it's disappearing down a hill down there. Seems to have worked. So I'm going to put the entrance to the cement works, the road entrance, around here somewhere. So I thought I'd just lay this down so I don't go over the room where the road's supposed to be. Obviously there's going to be a pavement down there as well on each side. I've moved on now with the junction into the cement works. Fit to this point now, it's got a point motor. That will be the line into the hopper plant. And I've took this line in here, which will go into the actual cement works. It's not fully finished yet at all. We'll do some adjustments on that. So I'm going up here, and this will join the line here, the hopper line. I'm going to do some exchange sidings here. Sorry, not exchange sidings, exchange loop there with the two crossover points, so you can reverse the locomotive or shunter to go back onto the main line that way, like a reverse sort of line as well. And one of those lines might disappear into a little engine shed for a shunter there. Not sure what we'll do with that just yet. So these lines are still going to be done, but it's on its way. What I'm proposing here, I'm going to fit this Y point here, this Pico Y point. Also put a point motor there, and do like a little, looks like a fork section of sidings here. So a couple of sidings I'm going to pull into here for wagon storage, and they will come up to about this section here. This is not fitted yet, it's only proposed what I'm going to do, so it's not straight or anything. So I've got to fit a motor in there. But these points here, they've got motors down. I started to fit these. Got to realign this truck a bit. It's a bit tight towards the silos. I've got to change that a little bit. But just giving you a view here of how the cement works is progressing with the layout of the track. And it's coming on quite nicely. Moving on here, this is going to be the tricky part of the layout. I've cut the old section of the connecting loop, which loops the layout together, the track together. This was the old incline. So I've took that off this bit here, which you've probably seen some footage before on some old running sessions. I've taken that end off there. I've took the bridge out. There's some little boats there from Prasia, I think they're called. Probably going to sell those on eBay. I can't see any use for those at the moment. I'll probably use the old farmhouse building somewhere, not sure yet. And this is the old bridge I've taken out. which is a Walther's kit, which I really enjoyed making. That it's served quite well. It's plastic, but it's done well, but that might have to go yet as well. Anyway, going back, this is a tricky bit. So I've got to dig this out, which was the incline, make it into a cutting, and it's got quite a sharp curvature there, so it can be done. I've got some set track here. I may use that, which I had before, but the other bit I took out got ruined, so I bought some new set track which will do this curve, but I've got to carve this out, so I shall do that now. I've been searching on the internet for some OO bridge kits which will connect my gap at the far end. Came across this by Modelux. It's a laser cut kit. I mean, if you look at their website, it's absolutely fantastic. This is already weathered and painted. Obviously I've got to make this, so this will be my next video. Probably need 2 of these. This is a double arch bridge, but it's single track, but I'm going to convert this to double by putting them together. Quite a reasonable price, £32. You've got to make it yourself, it takes about 2 hours apparently. But this is like a suspension bridge, which I'll be using without the piers probably, to fill the gap across the layout there, which I'm going to try and build to open and shut to get in and out of the garage. I shall ask questions about that as we go along as well. It's going to be a tricky operation, I think, but it's worth a challenge. Okay, I've cut out the incline, which has made this quite interesting cutting. What the material was, by the way, is this Woodland Scenics incline set, which is polystyrene. It was a pig to get out. The glue I must have used, I think it was PVA, it was quite strong stuff, so I've had to bolster the incline out by using a hammer and a scraper. It was that strong, strongly stuck, but looks interesting. The side here of the cutting, which was the incline, is the building material called Velux, I think it's called. It's an insulation building material. I can sculpture that to accommodate what I'm going to use here. Obviously I've took the corner out quite wide for the sweep of the angle of the curve, so this could be quite interesting. Okay, the first corner section's been laid. I've tested a run on that and it seems to be working okay. So that's it for the moment. So that's linked up to the main line. Until the next video, which will be the bridge that I'm building, I'll leave it there. So thanks for watching and see you soon.